Good afternoon. This is Chris Brecher with Chart Patterns Mastery / Simpler Trading Free video. What's today about? Well, it's about starting to see divergences. But number one, I would tune in to see any charts I post or any announcements on StockTwits. When you go into StockTwits, you're going to see a lot of interesting ideas, like the bond market yesterday. Yeah. Am I serious? TLT could have a big rally. So just to let you know, it had a big rally. So that's pretty exciting in there. For the first time, I'm scanning for a bunch of bearish ideas. First time in 3 months. And a lot of them have worked. So just keep that in mind in there. Very exciting. What else are we watching in here? We're now watching divergences. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, how do you know the Russell is going to affect the NASDAQ or the transports? It's not whether they affect it or not. It has to do with if they go down or up enough. That's why we showed this. I'll go backwards and show you something. This was the German market in May. So the German market in May actually made an all-time high when the U.S. markets on the right were still down in the dumps. So we were like, that's such a positive divergence. That's here. That's here. This was here. And this was here. That much of a positive divergence, usually similar charts have similar outcomes. So keep that in mind in there. Now, why are we watching this when it comes to now? And I'll show you. Here's the NASDAQ on the left. And here's the NASDAQ in relation to the dotted line. That dotted line is the 9. On the right is the Russell with the 9 and the 20. The blue is the 20. As you see, the Russell is kissing the 20 and the 9. So this, if it stays near the 20, the blue line, the probability is the NASDAQ will go to the blue line. Doesn't mean it has to, but the probability. And it's not just one index this time. So I'm going to show you nice and big. There's the Russell. Here's the transports at the 9. Here's the Dow Jones at the 9. You have the Dow, you have the Russell, you have the transports. And if you want to throw in another one, you have the German market is at the 9. At the 20. It actually had a nice bounce. So you have 4 different major indexes I watch that have gone to the 20, while the NASDAQ on the left and the ES on the left are above their 9. So the probability is the ES will go to the 9 at the minimum. Now, this is where you get to the point of no return. If you see on the right, and you see the Russell decisively blow through that 20. Now, keep in mind, they're still in a big old upslope, so this is just temporary for the moment. It's done it before. If this blows through the 20, then it's more likely the ES goes to the 20. That's a big move. That's 100 points. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I'm watching these very carefully. Now, with that being said, how do we play today? So it's been a big, big hit about showing all the things we're doing with paper trading. So, but when I show paper trading, it's not after the fact. It's as it's happening. Now I'll show you what we're talking about. So you saw the Russell go down on the right. So that meant on the left, intraday charts are more likely to work. So I'll show you what we're talking about. Go over here to the left. Now we're already talking about the Russell going down. The Russell going to the 20. Well, now I'm going to show you this. We're going to go and show you settings, buy and sell buttons, orders, and executions. So you can get a feel of what I did today. So the lower the Russell went, the more likely these were going to work. As you see, they did. Now, there are 2 ways to play the futures. One of the ways is definitely if it breaks like an ATR trailing stop. I use that as a trigger. That shows me if the trend has changed. So a bear flag under the ATR trailing stop is more likely to work. Also, a bear flag with no support underneath is more likely to work. But you see where it stopped? Stopped here, and then it stopped down here in that zone. So we played this. We played the short, cover, short, cover. and then we covered more. Now, another thing, and this is an art, not a science, but I watch that ATR trailing stop very closely. The point, though, is if it goes down too fast, the average true range widens, so you have to use something else as your point of reference to stop yourself out. So a lot of times when I see this go down, but then get too far from the 9, even on a 2-minute chart, I cover. As you see, that was a pretty darn good cover. It was near support and too far from the 9. So that's why we covered. Now, how about the NASDAQ? Same thing, and I'll show you. Here's the NASDAQ, and what are we doing there? Well, we just played it at the end of the day. We played this area because the Russell was going down. In this area, we covered half here because you were at support. And then when it started to go down, I covered more. So at the end of the day, let me just show you what started the day. Started the day was I shorted here and covered here. So let me see if that's the right one. Yeah. Right here, I lost $1,000. Shorted here, didn't have enough reasons. Covered with an ATR trailing stop here, and then reshorted. So right when I was on live, I thought I lost a quick $1,000. But then I reshorted. One of the keys to trading is trading often. Don't be afraid to sell something lower, even if you just got out higher. So I covered up here. See these arrows? I'm showing the arrows real time in our chat. So you can go and you can buy puts, you can sell calls, you can short futures, you can short indexes or stocks. So I covered here, reshorted here. I was dead right, saw it coming, shorted here, covered half here, the rest here. Next thing you look up, my equity yesterday started at 100,000. We got it up to about 102.5. Lost 1,000 on the opening. We're at 101.5. Look where it ended the day. 107, up 7 grand in 2 days. That's how you initiate. As you see, I'm not always a perma bear whatsoever. But when I see these divergences crop up and things under the ATR trailing stop and the bear flag, I got to jump on them. So that's how we played today and yesterday for that matter. I'm showing these real time as I'm doing those arrows. So you can trade accordingly. I'm not always putting the alerts in the top. I'm sharing this screen and I'm showing the initiations. It's been really helpful and it's been a big hit. Have a great night. Talk to you later. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chris Brecher, and I'm Senior Managing Director of Stocks at Simpler Trading. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you like our content, please leave us a like and a comment down below. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel and click the bell notification icon so you never miss any of our great new content coming out. Good trading, and we'll see you at the next video. Take care.